Welcome to the city of Kobe for this Pool A clash between Ireland and Russia at the 2019 Rugby World Cup. It's match 22 of 40 in the pool stages, with Kobe Misaki Stadium hosting their third fixture at this wonderful tournament. Close to capacity, 30,000 have thoroughly enjoyed the previous games at this ground. England defeating the US Eagles 45-7, and Scotland taking out Samoa by 34 points to nothing. In 5 days' time, this closed dome stadium will get a chance to see two-time champion South Africa play Canada on October 8th. Located on Osaka Bay in central Japan, this region known for its signature marble beef and beautiful mountains framing the harbour. Fans have come out, especially in green, to support tonight's team, and the locals have had a brilliant time here in Asia. And at the pool stages, well, each team has played 2 games so far and hosts Japan, causing one of the upsets of the tournament, beating Ireland 19-12 in Shizuoka. And much to the delight of the Japanese, that puts them ahead in this pool at the moment. But of course, Ireland need to win tonight against Russia and then Samoa. Japan will set up an exciting finish against Scotland, with bonus points and points difference going to be critical ahead of the playoffs. Ireland and Russia, they've met twice previously, with the Irish claiming victories in Eastern Europe back in 2002 by 35 points to 3. They also met at Rugby World Cup 2011, with Ireland cruising to a 62-12 win in Rotorua, New Zealand. And Rodan O'Gara scored 15 points of the night. And Baksan is back as well, supporting his side. Russia's 5-pointers in that game came from Vasili Artemyev and Denis Saplikovic, who both feature this evening as well. Ireland coming to this tournament as the #1 ranked team in the world. They started off superbly, dispatching Scotland 27-3, but then fell to the hosts 19-12. It's a warm welcome to you, wherever you're watching, to Kobe. I'm Dylan Stanford, and have the pleasure of having Joel Stransky with me for this one, former Springbok fly-off and winner from 1995.
Yeah, thanks very much, Dylan. Wonderful to be here, and what a man that is. Painted green. Yesterday he was painted in different colours. He's been at, I don't know how many games with his painted body. Lucky it's hot and humid here in Japan at the moment, wearing the green of the Irish today. And, well, there are some Russian fans who've made the relatively shorter journey to watch their team take on Ireland. It's an Ireland team whose fate and destiny may, to a large extent, be out of their own hands. And, in fact, it may well be in the hands of Scotland or Japan. They will go to battle in the last game of the pool. As a result, Joe Schmidt has made 11 changes to the starting lineup. We often chat about combinations. It's an all-Munster type 5, starting up front with Kilcoyne, Scannell and Ryan. In the second row, Tadhg, Beirne, and the 2-metre-03 Jean Kleyn will go to war. The new man who's just arrived straight off the aeroplane into the starting lineup, Jordi Murphy, combines with Rhys, Ruddock and Peter O'Mahony. Johnny Sexton makes a well-awaited return. He's joined in the scrum-half position by his Leinster halfback partner, Luke McGrath. And in the midfield, Bundee and Garry Ringrose combined for the 10th time. Plenty of firepower out wide. And Keith Earls and Andrew Conway, and Rob Carty is, of course, one of the great fullbacks of the modern era. On the bench, Sean Cronin, plenty of experience. Iain Henderson, too, with a whole host of caps. And a late inclusion for Conor Murray, 76 caps for Ireland, 5 for the British and Irish Lions. Maybe just what the Irish need is a scrum-off on the bench.
And for Russia, well, they've played and lost 6 total matches in Rugby World Cups, averaging over 43 points per game against them.
Yeah, and as a result of their 2 losses already, Lynn Jones, too, has made a number of changes, 10 in total, 9 and 1 positional switch. Not their strongest lineup. They'll do pretty well tonight to keep this close, to keep the score respectable, and that may well be their ambition. 2 changes in the front row sees Polivalov and Evgeny Matveev come into the front row, joining Gotsev as the second row also sees a change. Andrei Gobrizov joins Bogdan Shedetsko, the 2-metre-tall giant. In the back row again changes. Klesev and Sachev coming to join Katsiev, and the new halfback combination will take to the park, Dmitry Kadov and Ramil Gasly. It's a combined midfield combination of strength and power, and look out for Igor Galinovsky, who earns his 50th cap tonight. Kerman Davidov on the one wing, Denis Saplikovic on the other, and the team is captained by their fullback Vasili Artemyev, who earns his 89th cap tonight. It's a 60 bench for the Russians, just 2 backs. Sergei Yanushkin could well make his debut, and look out for Vladimir Ostroushko, who's a powerful midfield runner who would tonight earn his 49th.
What's hello to our third member of the broadcast, Santiago Gomez Cora, former Argentine winger. He'll be pitch side tonight. Konnichiwa, Santi.
Konnichiwa. Hola, hola, amigos. I'm down here next to the Tadhg line where I like to be. It's raining, but this is not a problem because we are in a closed stadium, so we have a perfect condition to play, and the stadium is started to paint it in green.
Thank you, Santi, and some Russians there too. Take a look at French referee Jerome Garces with captains Vasili Artemyev on the right and Ireland's Johnny Sexton.
Well, no real surprise. Whoever wins the toss normally decides whether to kick or receive. No weather conditions to take advantage of inside the closed dome, as Santi has pointed out. Just puts in context how tall Johnny Sexton is there when you see him standing next to Vasili Artemyev.
Record crowds have come to support all 20 nations here across Japan, who host back-to-back major events through the Rugby World Cup and Olympic Games in 2020. Meanwhile, this week's results saw Scotland defeat Samoa 34-0. Yesterday, France, they struggled against the US Eagles, who trailed 12-9 at a stage, but the French eventually ran out 33-9 winners. And the defending champions New Zealand put down 9 tries against Canada, victorious by 63-0. Early today, Fiji recorded their first one, and a popular one in this tournament. They beat Georgia 45-10 at Hanazo Stadium. And just when you thought you could get some rest over the next few days, coming up on Friday, we have South Africa against Italy. Saturday sees Australia, Uruguay, England, Argentina in a massive pool cliffhanger. And plus, Japan face Samoa. On Sunday, it's Namibia against the All Blacks and France against Tonga. And well, Joel, we're just getting to that interesting middle stages of the pools.
Yeah, I think it's that middle stage where it maybe gets a little bit tough on the Tier 2 nations. You know, everyone's worked out how they play, what they do, how they go about things. They've identified their weaknesses, and most importantly, those Tier 2 nations, they come in the opening week with great boomer. They throw the kitchen sink at the opposition. They play with passion and determination and real grit. But by the second, third week, it's getting tougher and tougher, and maybe a little demoralized, having lost a couple, not really got off the mark. And that's maybe the position Russia might find themselves in this evening. A number of changes to their team, not the strongest lineup, and of course it's an Irish team that have to bounce back, and they have to bounce back hard and quickly. Nothing less than a bonus point victory tonight with a massive score difference is enough for them, and even then their fate and destiny in terms of winning the pool or coming second is maybe not in their own hands.
Yeah, home advantage certainly something not to be ignored. Ireland have now lost all 5 of their Rugby World Cup encounters facing tournament hosts. Well, Joel, you played in 95 in South Africa. Tell us about that experience being the home side as well.
Oh, yeah, it's massive. It's massive being the home side. There's a little bit, maybe more pressure in some ways because you have this expectation, but the crowd support more than picks you up, more than lifts you. And these are nervous moments for this Irish team. As I said, fate and destiny. They can only do what they can do, and that's what their mission will be tonight, to do the basics and do them well.
They're a side that qualified 7 times for the quarterfinals, although they've struggled in the knockout stages. In 2015, it was Argentina that beat them 43-23. And this crop of players will be hoping that they can make it a little bit further in the tournament. 14 of their players take part in their first Rugby World Cup experience ever.
Yeah, Russia, on the other hand, must come out tonight. They haven't won a Rugby World Cup match just yet. And to be fair, it'll be awfully difficult for them to win one tonight. They need to make their first-time tackles. They need to not give up easy meters. And then, if they can do that, they need to try and control the ball, frustrate Ireland into poor decisions, and then maybe transition that defence into attack.
That's right. The Russian Bears took part in 2011, the first time ever. And now 8 years later, they find themselves here in Japan. Their international record, though, 110 wins from 217 test matches. It's not often, though, they find themselves here on this stage, playing in front of millions across the globe. Time for some of these players to impress as they represent their country here in 2019. And certainly nothing to lose for them. They've played really well patches of their matches, especially the first half.
Yeah, very much so. Half-time they've been close and tight and even led against Samoa. Ireland on the other end. Well, they started pretty well against Scotland, who were poor on the night, but loss to Japan was a major blow to their aspirations. But there is a chance tonight for the 1.88 metre tall Johnny Sexton to lead his team out and to victory. And in order to do that, they need to be clinical in the way they go about things. They need to build a foundation, make the right decisions, and earn the right to go wide and score the tries.
Of Rugby World Cup 2019 sees Ireland and Russia meet at Kobe Misaki Stadium. Johnny Sexton becomes the 106th captain to lead out Ireland, who are eager to put on a convincing display following their shock loss to Japan just 5 days ago. Meanwhile, Russia trailed 12-7 against Japan at half-time, and the match against Samoa, they led 6-5 after 40 minutes. It's time now for the national anthems of Ireland and Russia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the anthem of Ireland, the national anthem of Russia. アンセムを歌いながら何に2者国の演奏です。
Ready to answer that call tonight. Big stage. Joe Schmidt, he's led Ireland back-to-back Six Nation titles and a Grand Slam in 2018. The Kiwi, though, will leave after this Rugby World Cup. Russia's head coach is Lynn Jones, a Welshman appointed in 2018, and he's worked with the Namibian well witches in the past.
Well, I reckon for a lot of the neutrals out there, they'll be thinking there's a cakewalk for Ireland in the stadium. There's a real buzz, and this Irish team, which has 11 changes in one positional switch, will certainly have their work cut out to achieve their goals tonight. They're led tonight by captain Johnny Sexton, and well, 4 changes in that back line. Kearney, Conway, Earls, the firepower out wide. And for Russia, 9 changes, one positional switch as well. Changes galore across the board. Different halfback combination in Gazin and Perov, but up front it's going to be pretty tough for the tight 5 that will need to compete against that monster tight 5 who will be looking to be on the rampage.
From France. Welcome to the third pool match for both Ireland and Russia. Kicking off here at Kobe Misaki Stadium in central Japan. Ireland in green look to receive this on the right of your screen. Bundee, first touch for the centre. And he gets a nice warm welcome there from Andrei Garduzov. In at 9, Luke McGrath. First start with Johnny Sexton, the pairing. They go to the air. Big collision. It's knocked back toward the Irish side. Keith Earls getting his body on the line there. Early touches as they flick it over the top. Rob Carney involved. No! And out downtown it goes from Conway. Takes Russia back inside the 22. Third time these countries go head-to-head. This time in the closed-dome stadium. And it's a leading kick there from Russia. We'll bring the first line up.
Yeah, nice little bit of play from Ireland. Good up and under. Good box kick from Luke McGrath. The chase was good. And I like the way they just moved the ball out wide quickly. It pulls up the opposition defence. Russian defence had to come up. And Conway stuck it over the back and chased Russia into their own half. Good control of territory early for Ireland.
I'm Darren Stanford on the call here with Joel Stransky, winner in 95 for South Africa. Ireland, first successful line-out for them. Beirne, the recipient. Aki attacks the line. Now the forwards, more momentum. Tadhg Beirne, the 27-year-old from Munster. They turn it back in the inside. It's a beautiful move. Carty in open space. Carty for the line. Could this be the opening score? Yes, 1 minute 30. Turn the kettle off. Rob Carty has the first 5. Ireland, that's how you start a game.
Well, it's a very smart little set move, isn't it? The hit peeled back to the other side. The little 9 doing a loop around the corner was McGrath. It opened up all sorts of space for Rob Kearney. Had numbers to burn on the outside, could have passed it and chose to go the way he did. All the distance on his own. Backed himself. Gallant effort in defence, but Kearney's over. It's the perfect start for Ireland.
94th appearance for Rob Kearney. Planned move. McGrath back on the inside. Kearney has his 16th try for his country. And it's bang from Ireland.
Well, it's not just a little inside pass. It's the 2 phases that came around the corner, back the other way. Defence stretched a little bit already. The dummy loop from McGrath and then the little inside pass was just perfect. Kearney nearly dropped it, mind you. He hung on somehow and went the distance himself.
Fly off Johnny Sexton. The Leinster man looks to convert. Only Ronan O'Gara has started more at fly-off for Ireland. And it's laser sharp. 7-0 Ireland lead after 3 minutes.
He's had a little quad strain, Johnny Sexton. We weren't sure whether he'd be doing the kicking, but that's a perfect start. Down pitch side is Santiago. And he'd be delighted with this little deception and inside ball.
What a start with this match, eh? All is green here, the grass, the ground, everything is green, and we have a great atmosphere.
Certainly right about that. The fans come on their thousands here. Taken down that short side by Keith Earls. 80 caps tonight as John Ryan picks and goes. Fourth youngest of 7 siblings. His brother Williams plays for Ealing in the United Kingdom. It's another box kick. This time, a bit more time here for Artemyev. He takes it. Artemyev has a little crack. He takes his stash with him as well. Captain on the front foot. Oh, good collision on Tadhg Gadziev. 30 caps for him tonight. Quick hands. Oh, into a little bit of space there. Beautifully. Galanovsky. And a big tackle coming in on Galanovsky. Ireland make the Russians retreat. And it's Guyson. Tremendous speed. He's hit high. He was slipping on the ground.
Perfect timing from Luke McGrath. Just maybe made the call saying, kick it, I'm coming at pace, I'll be a good chaser. Kick was a good one into space. Guyson was under pressure and McGrath made a tackle. Into touch, most importantly. It's Irish ball. Now for Ireland, it is about doing the basics well. It's about starting well. They've started well. It's about earning the right to go wide. The scoreboard will take care of itself.
Now Scannell goes to the back. Narrow from Ireland. Gives possession to Russia, known as the Bears. They're inside their 22. Just the knock-on advantage. Scrum off Dmitry Perov. Played in all 9 tests in 2019 for Russia. Only 3 of them starts, though. To the pocket. Ramil Guyson under a lot of pressure from Scannell. His kick is not out. The dangerous back 3. Here we go. Andrew Conway. McGrath makes a good tackle as he slides down past the 10-metre. It's the men in green. Kilcoyne. Now back to the right-hand side. Sexton. Hands there from O'Mani. Nowhere through for Conway. So they retreat, but still ball in hand. Ryan again. Sexton. The no-look pass is picked up by Bundee. Now they come wide. Now Scannell. His brother Rory also plays for Munster. A bit faster though, plays in the midfield. Attacking on the front foot is Jordi Murphy. Recovered from jet lag since arriving on Sunday. Building the phases. Almost in double digits here for the Irish. John Kleyn driven backwards. He's known as the wrecking ball thanks to Conor Murphy, but he's taken a hit, and so is Sexton. It's a good hit there from Davidoff. McGrath then moves it down to the short side. Over the halfway line again, March Ireland. Luke McGrath again goes to the air. Artemyev, what a take again. He really is a brave soldier, Artemyev. Russia, ball in midfield. Gadziev. Spilled freeze, Ireland have a chance. Throwing the intercept. Kleyn, says referee, is Russia. Spot a bit of space in midfield. Diving through. Can't get the half back like that. But offsides is the call.
Yeah, Peter O'Mani was maybe offside and played the ball on the floor. Nice little bit of play from both sides. Russia trying desperately to counter-attack, showing some good initiative. They've earned a penalty and it'll be a chance for Sexton to just kick them down into Irish territory. Real urgency in the way Ireland are going about things, but the Russian defence standing firm again. Caught to that set move early, but not this time round. There's a little hand on the scrum half. You can't do that, and then plays it off the floor. Bundee ball in hand. He's been asked to carry it up into a wall of Russian defenders.
Strong player as well. They go to the back. Matveev actually with the throw. Guyson attacks the line nicely. Plan move. Ball over the top. It's a nice one as well. They go to that far side. It's Denis Saplikovic. Good touch from the left winger. Russia just outside the 22. Guyson drifts across, throws a dummy. Deep on the attack they go. Galanovsky. Oh, big fend over there from Gadziev. Gadziev again. Finally he takes it to the contact. Brought down there by Keith Earls. Short, hard running there from Polivalov. Now they go back to Geisen. He booms us up and high. Chases up there. It's confusion. Where's it set up? Kearney smashed.
It's a great passage of play for Russia. Couple of nice little forward offloads, attacking the second, third channel, not just that first channel. Fly over Geisen, really controlling things well, using those second line runners, getting them into space, and then realizing not a lot on. It's a really good up and under. Confusion in the back there, and Kearney scrambles it into touch off the wrong foot, only just.
Huge opportunity for Russia. They go to the front of the lineup. Not straight.
Oh, what a pity. Such a good attacking position. Marginally skew for Evgeny Matveev, the bearded hooker. Oh yeah, it's mild skew. Mind you, if it had been straight, Ireland may well have won that. The contest was excellent.
So jumping across the line there a little bit from Peter O'Mahony.
Well, there's little pockets of green all over the stadium. They are now starting to sing in unison. One or two big blanketed green spots. But it is wonderful to see the atmosphere here in Carbery. Rugby World Cup 2019 has been special and will continue to be special. First scrum, always a little tester for the front rows. We're so accustomed to it going down once or twice as the props come to grips with each other and how they set and how they get a bind on the opposition shirt. All these little nuances us Ponzi backline players don't really understand or know about.
And now we get paid to talk about it,
yeah, Joe. I'm not expecting Santi to come in here on the front row.
Thanks, Santi, for that report.
Yeah.
Scrum time for Ireland. Population 6.6 million. Russia 140 million. And we can certainly hear the Irish fans.
Sit.
Ball at the back for Jordi Murphy, 28-year-old. McGrath with advantage. He'll rather take the penalty.
Great contest at scrum time. Ireland eventually just getting a little bit of superiority there. And Andrei Polivalov is the man who's penalised.
One red. Engine.
Talent, you know, the first row is not my game. Sorry about that.
Santi, it's none of us. It's none of our games. I'm not sure whose game it is, actually.
They are my heroes, but I can understand.
Well, there is one of your heroes, the big, burly Russian loosehead prop, Polivalov. Just got a little hingy here. You can see as he's bent down there, and that's the reason for the penalty. It's a great call from the assistant referee on this side. Matteo Rinel from France.
Scannell will go to the middle this time. Better set piece from the Irish. O'Mahony involved.
Move back. Back red. Back
Ireland inside their half still. McGrath's been content to put it up and contest. Made his debut against his country of birth, Canada, in 2016. Deep. Blikovich able to catch this and offers a fend as they take him low.
No. Back.
The big frame from the winger. They've lost us. Ireland pick this up. Ryan has an advantage. And now they attack the line again. Dave Kilcoyne debuted in 2012. Sexton puts the kick through. The chasers are there. O'Mahony! Oh, yes! Peter O'Mahony has try number 2. It's a special one as well, as Johnny Sexton puts in a deft little kick for Ireland.
Oh, it's a beautiful little kick, isn't it? Sexton, such a good reader of the game. World Rugby Player of the Year last year. Sees there's no one home. Grubbers it in behind there. May have got a call from outside, but the execution perfect. O'Mahony is in. Ireland are surely out to appoint a minute starter. Great little kick from Johnny Sexton. Read it really well.
Wait. Yeah, wait.
This is an injury for one of the Russian players.
I just checked with him.
Yes, he crashed to the post.
You want to wait for the kick or we wait for your player?
Yeah.
Okay. We wait for your player.
Oh, it's a massive collision into the pole there. I think it may be the big left winger, Denis Simplikovic. Comes across from the side. Oh no, it's not, it's the midfielder. Kirill Kolosnitsky. Super try though for this man. May well have made the little call to Johnny Sexton saying there's no one at home at the back, put the grubber in. It's a wall of red defenders. The little kick in behind will have them flummoxed. The kick was good.
Time on.
And as much as the injury is not quite sorted out, it will be of no concern to Johnny Sexton. He'll pop this over quite easy. Mind you, we've seen one missed from right smack bang in front earlier in the tournament.
Let's not put the marker in already, Joel. There he goes. 14-0. Ireland against Russia after 14 minutes. Johnny Sexton had played 5 matches in 2011, 3 in 2015. Takes part in his 3rd Rugby World Cup. Great score from number 7, Peter O'Mahony.
Yeah, kept on turn of the ball. Russian knock on. Ireland very quick to transition their defence into attack. Urgency. And Peter O'Mahony is...
Nick, number 12, red.
Well, he's got some gas. He needed to have a little bit of pace to get there, but once he got ball in there, no one was going to stop him. Well, the good news is Kolonitsky is up. Whether he can continue or not is the big question. Now, he's got the signal that there's going to be a change. Ostroushko will come on. In fact, he's on already. Big, powerful centre. Scored 5 tries for Russia. He's 33 years old.
We need to wait.
And Joel on for his 49th appearance. Vladimir Ostroushko, 2nd highest try scorer in Russian Test history. Take a look there at the head coach, Lynn Jones. Well, he did say today will be the toughest test for his side. He said he's fearful of the Irish backlash after last week, and so far, points a minute, as you mentioned.
Captain. Captain.
Yes, and Vladimir is a 7th former player.
Ball in the air.
They're a very good one as well for the Russian side.
Okay. When we're catching him. Yeah. Okay. Just one comment from my area.
Well, there'll be a moment while the stretcher bearers help poor Kirill Kolonitsky off the field. Never nice to see someone injured, and it's a particularly damaging crash into the pole. There is obviously cushioning around the pole, but I'm not sure it's always that helpful, really. He seemed to have an Irish leg trapped between his legs as he crashed into the upright. It looked like quite a nasty little crash. This was the opening try. Kearney nearly let it go, but the inside ball was just superb. The way the space was working, the little coming round from Luke McGrath, very clever indeed. And then that little grubber in behind. O'Mahony was charging up, waited patiently for the bounce, and over he went. Perfect start for Ireland. They need a bonus point. They need to amass a big score. They're well on track.
Very impressed there with the line from O'Mahony as well. Bundee, the centre, normally be the recipient of that, racing through. Third meeting between these two sides before today. Ireland led the points difference 97-15. Restart from Russia. Taken cleanly again there from Keith Earls, and he gives it to Aki in frame. Debuted in 2017 with a record 38-3 win over the Springboks. The Aki, born in Auckland, New Zealand. Advantage for the Irish. This kick floats with the touchline. We'll come back.
5 red offside.
It's Bogdan Shadotko who's been penalised. Little kick off the mark there. It's the third or fourth up and under we've seen coming from the boot of Luke McGrath, taking the responsibility for kicking in and around that 22-metre area, maybe not putting Sexton under any real pressure, letting him kick, taking his time. Is that a little wince there as he kicked that one? He is recovering from a quad strain, and top of the quad might even be a little bit of a groin strain, we're told. Yeah, just a little pick off. In fact, may well not have been number 5. It may have been Anton Suchev.
Ball to the front for Ireland. Goes straight to Sexton, a crossfield kick. Artemyev is there. Collision between Artemyev and Andrew Conway. Conway goes quickly. Ball there from Garry Ringrose. Offside with the Russians.
Look on red. Offside.
Ireland not messing around. They go to the far side. Earls. Oh, Keith Earls so close. Dyson has it. Yeah. Referee's going to come back.
Look on green and the red player in front. So knock on green first and the red player in front.
Well, I'm not sure about that. It's got to be a knock on red for it to have been blown up because there's no offside line. It's got to have come off the red player's leg, that's right. Yeah,
right there.
Okay, good call. The ball's come off German Davidov's leg. It's the right call from Jérôme Gassaz. As you said, he'll be retiring at the end of this World Cup to take over as the head of referees for the French Pro 14.
Ball pops up for Russia. They're going to play with this. Davidov has a crack himself, the right wing. Made his debut against emerging Ireland. Andrew Conway was there for the Irish, who's there tonight as well. This kick goes just past the 22, so Ireland will still be in the driving seat.
Oh, it's a scrum that's under a little bit of pressure there for Russia. Once again, Evgeny Matveev looked like he was buckling in the middle of that scrum. Managed to hook it somehow. And a nice little tidy up and decent kick under a lot of pressure. Ireland will be loving this position, though.
Seem to have a business meeting to the right of the line-up. Now they're back in. Again, steady ball. More, though, this time. Conway's there as well, the left wing, getting involved. He might be lost. Russia defend well around the 22-metre mark. McGrath gets his big forwards involved.
Push back. Push.
Pods working to the right-hand side. Here they go with Murphy. Sexton flips around back to the left. Oh man, he's with him. The try scorer from earlier. Again, they can go for a ball. Tyburn. Big crowd for the Munster man as McGrath has a little snipe himself. They're just red jerseys around him. Still with the Irish forwards. Beirne again. Debuted against Australia when they won 26-21 in 2018. Ireland well inside the 22. It's hooker. Now Scannell flicks it away himself. In support there's Rhys Ruddock.
Back.
McGrath, Bundee, Aki. They go low. The number of 30. He is that inside centre. It's so big. Kilcoyne with advantage. 5 metres out. Kleyn leaves it. Beirne yet again.
Leave it!
Sechov tries to get over this for Russia, but can't. Scannell. The forwards doing the hard work. Ireland chance. Ring around the stadium as they pick and drive again. Ruddock. Just short. Scannell a metre away. Is that ball down? Tadhg?
No. He's short. Move it. Try red. You are short. You never touch the line. Yeah.
Tadhg thinks he did touch the line there with the ball.
He's also not that short, the lot.
Yeah, exactly. Mind you, knows the man who's penalised. Bogdan Chudovko. It's gone away a couple of penalties now. It was a really good build-up from Ireland, to be fair. There'll be those who are saying it should have gone wide at some point. So hard to go wide and defend. The opposition don't need to cover the kicks. They just number up and they shut you down. And if you do go wide and get caught, it's behind the gain line.
Expect the maul here from Ireland. They set it as hooker Scannell joins. He has the ball at the back.
This is great refereeing. We've seen a number of teams do this. No one's been penalised for it yet. Niall Scannell had the ball and Dave Kilcoyne went beyond him. Great bit of refereeing from Jerome Garces. Part of the new law definition at the beginning of this year. Players used to be able to slip beyond the ball. Now the ball's got to be shuffled to the back, smuggled to the back each time, and someone's gone beyond the ball.
And the number one, you're right from an offside position and go in front of the ball carrier. Sorry? No.
Oh, he's gone straight past in front. It's great refereeing.
Enough. There is a space. Enough, you're right in front.
Trouble for Jordi Murphy. He's just got off the plane. He's got a little bit of a bump there and receiving some attention. Well, Joe Schmidt will be the happier of the two coaches. 21 minutes, 14-0. Dean Jones won't be too unhappy. It's not his strongest starting lineup. It's an Irish team that are on the hunt for tries and points. Got off to a fly, point a minute for 14 minutes, but being held by that red defence of late. Irish crowd expectant. They'd be a little worried after their team came unstuck against Japan. Should still make the quarterfinals.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Teams aren't out, of course, at this stage, but they do need to win the remaining part of their games and post big scores.
Yeah, and what's probably most concerning is Romeo Gazan kicks for touch is that no team has lost a game and gone on to win the World Cup. And Ireland came into the tournament as one of the pre-tournament favourites. They weren't expected to lose to Japan. They were expected to win their pool, face more than likely South Africa now because they lost to New Zealand in that quarter-final. What a game that would be, but it could be anyone now.
That's what I love about the Rugby World Cup, taken at the top there nicely from Gadziev. Geisen goes to the air. Chasers are there. Rob Kearney under pressure from the Russian Bears. Breakdown ball does come to Russia's side. Gatovtsov. The prop has it. Options left and right here for Pirov. Looking for a run. Interception from O'Mani. On the outside, they go to Conway.
Oh, went right the outside far too easy, did Conway. Then just try to grab her up the field. Not his best kick. Beautiful feet, though. Kearney caught man and ball. The Russian counter ruck was strong and good.
Matveev to the back. Bedalana from Russia. Geisen attacks, turns it back to his forwards. They keep it alive. Igor Galinovsky, 50th appearance tonight for Russia. Knocked back in the tackle, the ball's available. They dive on this one, does Rhys Ruddock. And now hands there from Ringrose. Sexton goes to the right-hand side. O'Mani leaves it behind, but Kearney cleans up. Conway on the outside. Andrew Conway cuts in. Finally brought to the deck. Ireland with Jean Kleyn, born in Krugersdorp near Johannesburg. Sexton stabs it through, aiming for the touchline, just to pin Russia back.
Yeah, a little shake of the head from Johnny Sexton. I think he's probably right. Maybe a better option to keep the ball in hand, be patient. Pulled up. One thing to turn the opposition, but in that area, maybe ball in hand, a little more patience is the way to go. It's the Russian defence that is under enormous pressure at the moment. They've already made 68 tackles. They've only missed 3, to be fair. It's a great tackle stat, that. But 68 tackles in 24 minutes. It's a lot of tackling they're doing.
That's right, they only had a 69% tackle success rate against Samoa, particularly in that second half, after they were leading 6-5. Russia have advantage, although they're inside their 22. Oh, Gyson! Oh, he's gone down heavily.
Well, he's done well to not make the kick to start, and then he slipped. And out the ball's come, and it's all over the show like a ping-pong ball. Back for the penalty. And this is why maybe Johnny Sexton was wrong to have kicked that little kick through. Russia, they may be a tier 2 nation, they may be struggling, they may be 14 points down, but they're good enough to win their line-up ball, and they're good enough to clear their lines.
Such big, powerful forwards as well. Average age, over 30 years for this Russian squad, 28 for Ireland. What impresses me, the amount of experience they have as well. That kick goes downfield, 606 caps for Russia against 550 from Ireland.
Yeah, it's a good throw, simple, easy to the front. Nice pick up too from Gobus of the second row. Oops, he will hang on to that, and it's kicked out of his hand.
Keep the line.
Russia ranked 20th in the world, Ireland now 4th, pops down. Gyson seems to be okay, and he goes downfield with his kick. Kearney is there. Kearney hit again. Davidoff all over him. Russia targeting the breakdown of some of those big kicks. Scannell. 18th cap room. Aki goes to the left-hand side. Good little pick up here. They cut back in. Keith Earls in open space. Earls couldn't throw that pass. Players were ahead of him. Finally has Ringrose with him. McGrath to the right-hand side. And they go through Kilcoyne. Not afraid to take on the big Russian bears. Sexton, a bit of space, turns it back in nicely. John Ryan is there in support. Sexton again. McGrath flattened.
Leave it now.
All the Irish attackers on the left-hand side. Done well to keep the ball in hand. Looked like it went forward to Jordi Murphy.
Forward pass, green first. Scrum red.
There's a couple of interesting lines being run by Luke McGrath at the moment. Got in front of the ball carrier on one occasion. If he'd managed to get back, he probably would have got the try-scoring pass. Earls couldn't release it. He's run that Aaron Smith line, the line the New Zealand scrum half started about 3 or 4 years ago. A lot of the scrum halves run it now. Puff de Klerk does it well for the box. Just try to find some space on the outside. Look at this, he's in front of the ball carrier here. That's exactly where he is. The pass can't be released. And he's blocking the view for Rob Carty. Oh, we're going to see a change here. CJ Stander makes his way on. And that'll be Jordi Murphy who picks up that knock to his arm or shoulder or hand somewhere on that limb. Who makes way. He's flown all this way to get injured in 25 minutes.
Murphy to the sideline, named after the patron saint of Catalonia. So CJ Stander on the field. 29-year-old earns his 36th cap. First forward to score a hat-trick in the Six Nations in 55 years. It happened against Italy in 2017.
And what a great player he has become. Massive ball in hand, never missed a tackle in the opening 2 Irish games. 112 kilograms of South African bred Irish meat.
That's right, South African under-20 player. Recently, in October 2018, made his 100th appearance for Munster. Munster contributing 8 starters to the side.
Seven of the 8 in the pack right now.
And that ability to play together does well for your national side. We mentioned the Jaguares, the Argentine players, teaming up.
Yeah, and Munster have had a string of coaches that have kept that momentum going as the scrum, as we said. Rassie Erasmus, you know, one of the iconic coaches there, who they were sad to see leave when he accepted the Springbok coaching job. But it is a Munster team that over the years, with a small player base, have played above themselves. They've won Europe, they've been competitive. They're an incredible outfit with a huge loyal fan base, pretty much like the Irish fan base that have travelled there to Kobe.
Russia, an opportunity for them. Flav Geisen, though, kicks for the corner. Kearney covers this one. One bounce into touch. This will give Ireland a line-up, but they're inside the 22.
He's played really well, this young fella. Ramil Geisen didn't play in the last game, but he's controlled things well. He's moved the ball around nicely. He's kicked accurately. His up and unders have been good. Kearney's been caught man and ball 3 or 4 times. And this time round, he's seen some space and he's got the ball there perfectly.
Russia try to contest this. It's taken, though, by Tadhg Beirne for Ireland. Luke McGrath has a crack. Oh, that's been knocked down, and you can see frustration there from Dmitry Perov.
More than a penalty or no? Okay. Just a penalty.
Well, Dmitry Perov knew immediately he was in trouble. He's lucky it's only a penalty.
No, we don't want to.
It looks like an intentional slap down. Johnny Sexton saying, wow, if it's intentional and it's professional, surely it's a yellow card.
Yeah. For us, it's just a penalty on the 5 meters.
Hey guys, the problem with Murphy is on the ribs.
Okay, well that makes sense. Taking a little bump, not able to overcome it, and we know our sore ribs are Santi, whether it's a broken, fractured rib or even a torn rib cartilage, which is often even more painful. Hard to play on with that sort of injury.
Yes.
That's a handout. It's not really a slap down. Maybe the right decision. Closer to the line, yellow card. Got away with one.
Five-man line out for Ireland. Now they pile in to the halfway line. Now 14-0. 30 minutes gone in this clash. Ryan helping out. Rhys Ruddock in there as well. In the professional year, 1 of 4 plays to make his debut under 20. Good little crack here from the scrum off. McGrath needs help. Ireland pick and drive. Ruddock now. They're back inside the 22 on attack. CJ Stander. Comes to Scannell. Oh, good tackle coming in there. Forces the ball to be dislodged.
Nice little dart from Luke McGrath. Lost his footing, not the first time either. It's amazing how that half a second on the floor, trying to recover from the slip, loses the whole momentum. And how much yardage the defence gains in terms of restructuring, reorganising. Well, it was a compelling start from Ireland the first 14 minutes. Since then, it's been courageous, gutsy from Russia. They've managed to stop Ireland coming close. They're going to have to defend their line now. They've had 1 or 2 opportunities inside the Irish half, but maybe a little frustration on that Irish team right now.
Offside. Okay, no
Certainly
more.
the fans may be a little frustrated. Still enjoying every moment, though.
Absolutely, the friendliest people, the Irish. Love their rugby. Try number 3 on offer for Ireland. Forward pack, set them all. They were penalised last time for getting in front of the ball carrier. Scannell has it at the back. McGrath. Scannell breaks free. Slow ball for Beirne. 2 players on him, so he relieves it to Kilcoyne. Stander. Offside advantage for Ireland. Might as well go to the backs here.
Fair advantage.
Still the advantage on the right. Here. Sexton floats one over the top. Gone forward.
Good idea from Johnny Sexton. Just going marginally forward. Conway on the outside kept his distance.
5 again, red. You see again offside. And after the tackler, number 2, he will never rule away. Okay, so for the number 5 to make 3 penalty against him. So
number 5?
Yeah.
Boga!
Five!
I think Bogdan Ruddock is in trouble.
5!
Oh, he's got the yellow card.
Ten minutes in the bin. Bogdan Ruddock.
Yeah, that's a massive blow for the Russians. 2 meters tall, 115 kilograms of Russian defense. Never back onside, that was the problem. Stood up at the tackle in the ruck, made the next tackle from an offside position. And according to Jerome Gossez, it's the 3rd penalty in that string that he's given away in that set of phases. And no surprise, good call from Johnny Sexton. They'll take the scrum. The scrum's been dominant so far, plus they have a one-man advantage now. Loads of space out wide, loads of opportunity in close.
Ball's there for McGrath, spits free, under pressure from Pirov. Sexton has to come in and help out. Ruddock picks and goes. Scannell delivers it away to Ryan. Again the forwards go. Kilcoyne, good drive from the front rower. Beirne. Stander getting involved as well. Ireland sucking in the Russian forwards. Ruddock again. Rhys Ruddock. Ruddock reaches over. He's got the score. Irish Isles are smiling. It's try number 3. And Rhys Ruddock touches one down for the forward pack.
Well, it's a patient build-up, isn't it? It's about power and strength and attacking the fringes. Ireland making the hard yards the hard way. 1 yard at a time. And then came Ruddock. Look at this for a bit of a strong leg drive. He's got some good support there, but he stays on his feet long enough to get driven over the line. Ireland are in try number 3. And bonus point back on track. Strong leg drive, strong power. Strong stay on the feet ability too. Delight for the Irish fans.
John Ryan did so well also to push Ruddock over. And she looked like he went quite high. 1 try away from the bonus point. And Sexton, the Irish ambassador for Make-A-Wish Foundation, making the wishes of children with life-threatening diseases come true since 2009. A wonderful character off the field and one of the best men in green. Three out of 3 for Sexton and Ireland. 21-0 so far against Russia with 4 minutes to play in the first half.
Yeah, it's not one for the backs, it's one for the forwards. It's hard work, it's about those leg drives, it's about the hard fringe attack, and it's a really good fringe attack this time around from Rhys Ruddock. Nice little pop pass there as well from try scorer, try number 2, Peter O'Mahony.
Ramil Geisen for Russia. This one stays with Russia.
Advantage.
Gotovson has it. And the Russian Bears have advantage. Can they get something from this half with Anton Sichov? 25-year-old. They go deep. Geisen wants to have a drop goal. It'll fall short and Keith Earls has it. Interesting choice there from the Russians. Now down the throat. Artemyev. Vasili, oh, what a step. Artemyev former Ireland Schools, University and under-19 international lows. And a lot of these Irish players, good interplay here for the Russians. Igor Galinovsky. Missed 2011 World Cup with a broken leg, but he's here now for his first experience. Viktor Gerasev. Russia getting applause. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Pirov comes down to Gerasev again from St. Petersburg. Now they bring in German Davidov, live wire winger with the Moscow Saracens. Evgeny Matveev. Geisen peels it back. Looking to step through there is Ostraushka. Standa involved with the tackle. Gatovson. No way through, just a wall of green jerseys. Russia very bunched. Not many options here for Flav Geisen. Driven back there. Polivalov. But still the maintained possession. Sichov. Yet again. Ramil Geisen. He's kicked most of his possession down to this right-hand side. McGrath is there. Does well, does a scrum. He ducks under two. Great skill as he gets tackled by Ostraushka. Sexton. Had a bit of space, he popped it away.
Yeah, 10. You kill the ball.
No real option there for Ramil Geisen. His team went through 12 phases, went backwards about 20 metres. Kept the ball well. Strong Irish defence, forcing them back. Ireland now made 45 tackles. Russia have made 100 tackles already in this test match, and eventually he went to the boot. This is where the penalty came. Yeah, it's the tap down there from German Davidov. Had to get back on his feet, couldn't slap the ball down, could play it, but needed daylight. So Ireland taking their time on the brink of the half-time gong. They'll want one more try. Yeah, they've got the opportunity to go for it now.
To the back they go. Sexton. Aki loses that one. Ireland not happy with that last play. But they've scored 3 tries. And at half-time at Kobe Masaki Stadium, they lead Russia by 21-0 during their Pool A fixture at Rugby World Cup 2019. A yellow card for Russia didn't help their cause. And it was the Irish, of course, they got up to a flying start, Joel.
Yeah, they started really well. Good little set move in the second minute. And, well, followed it up with a clever kick. And then there was a drought for 20-odd minutes, 25 minutes or so before the third try. Maybe some good Russian defence, maybe some not so polished Irish attack. But certainly a period of the game that Joe Schmidt will be a little disappointed in. Be happy with a 21-0 lead, but he'd be thinking it could have been and should have been a whole lot more. There were loads of opportunities that Ireland did not take advantage of.
Russia's assistant coach Mark McDermott, who's the uncle of Irish winger Andrew Conway, said he sent Conway a text this week asking him to take it easy on his side. Well, they certainly haven't. Ireland scored 21-0 so far, and it's the biggest halftime score that Russia faced this World Cup. They've normally produced 40 great minutes. They were leading against Samoa and trailing Japan by 5, but it's an Irish side that has certainly come here to perform.
Yeah, statistically it's been, well, probably a little disappointing from the Irish perspective. Penalties conceded from Russia is maybe what's disrupted that Irish way of playing. They've made 225 metres to just the 64 of Russia, telling signal that, and 101 Russian tackles off for Ireland. Well, Ireland have controlled possession, they've controlled territory, and as a result they've forced Russia into making those tackles. It's awfully tiring, making a lot of defensive plays.
Ireland returned to action following Japan's historic 1912 win over the men in green, looking to post a large score against Russia in this Pool A matchup played in the city of Kobe. The Irish side had a lot to prove, an emotional week for them following that game, and Russia played well for 40 minutes in both of their opening games, but nothing to show for it so far in Rugby World Cup history. And straight off the start, 90 seconds gone in the game, an Irish attack, a planned set-piece move from the backs. Back on the inside brilliantly, Rob Kearney just manages to collect and evade the tackle from his own teammate. He went off and scored the opening try. Conversion successful. They're up 7-0 after 1 minute 30 play. Ireland didn't put themselves to rest. They went back again on the inside. Again, that's that set-piece move. Fantastic bit of effort from the Irish. Another great look at the fullback. And then 10 minutes later, the forward pack went to work yet again. Sexton, the creator, and Peter O'Mahony, the recipient. Great little pickup from the flanker. It was try number 2, 14-0 the score after 13 minutes. And Ireland were looking oh so good. Vision aplenty. And O'Mahony on the spot to touchdown. Chasing 4 tries and a bonus point victory. Again, the forwards did all the hard graft. Stunder on the field for the injured Murphy. And then Rhys Ruddock. Storming first 40 from him. He was awarded for a wonderful score, and that's try number 3 at minute 34. East side up 21-0. The forwards grinding away for this Irish side. Give them a confident half-time score. 21-0 against Russia. Rugby World Cup 2011, Ireland defeated Russia by 50 points. Several players have put their hands up today, Joel.
Yeah, been a tough old forward battle, really. You know, the ball hasn't gone out wide. Some good kicking, though, from Ramil Gayson from the Russian halfback combination. He's been under a bit of pressure a couple of times. They've gone through the phases, haven't made too much progress. He's made the decision to move it wide. But for the bulk of it, it's been about the forwards. And in particular, Peter O'Mahony. He's got one of the tries to his name, but he's been hugely instrumental in the way he's defended, the way he's gone about carrying the ball. 4 tackles. He's conceded 2 penalties, which he won't be too happy about. He's made 8 carries, and most importantly, he's in for the Irish second try of the evening, and probably a wise little call. His opposite, number 2, has had a decent evening so far. Good strong handle from Tadhg, and some real brute force, some real strength from the Russian number 7. Working his socks off, not easy in a team where you're expected to make a lot of tackles, where you're defending as if your life depends upon it. He's made 10 tackles already, which is 10% of his team's total tackles. And most importantly, 1 or 2 vital ones, try-saving in certain areas of the pitch. Well, Peter Mahoney, the 3 carries, 8 or 10 metres gained, but most importantly, the 1 try so far this evening. 2 penalties given away, which he won't be happy with. 10 tackles for Tadhg, who's been gutsy in defence and worked his socks off trying to get hands on the ball. No real easy yards given to the Russians by that Irish defence either.
Well, big words from the coaching staff. The Irish side, I mean, happy or not so happy?
Well, I think they'll be a little disappointed. I think they'll be thinking, you know, we've turned it into the game the Russians wanted. They wanted a big physical bruising forward battle. We've allowed that to happen. It's suited Russia at the moment. We've got to think about playing a little bit quicker when we make the little half breaks. Let's recycle the ball faster. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's be a little more clinical in our finish. Let's get the ball wide when we can. And let's make sure we take advantage of those opportunities. The Russians, on the other hand, will be thinking, well, we've conceded 3 tries. But there's been a lot of good, there's been a lot we can be proud of. Let's keep the defence up. Let's kick them back there, 1 or 2 nice attacking kicks. And when we do get an opportunity, let's make sure we capitalise.
And 3 minutes left on the yellow card on Bogdan Shevdotka. He should return soon. Teams take the field. Ireland, who made 11 changes off their 1912 loss to Japan. They've had an emotional week. Pool A becomes very interesting should Scotland beat Japan, and then no other surprises. There'll be 3 teams who have a 3-1 record with bonus points set to prove the difference, then points difference if all is equal. Ireland 3 tries to nothing so far. It's a Russian side. They've also made changes, 9 in total after their 34-9 loss to Samoa. Their forwards have been very strong in the first 40. This will be interesting to see how this Irish side continues in the second half. Coming in number 1 before this tournament kicked off.
Yeah, it looks like Russia have made a couple of changes in the front row. Stanislav Salski is on the field. It looks as well as if Valery Morozov has made his way on. That would mean Evgeny Matveev and Andrei Polivalov would have exited at half-time. He's still there, the big bruising front row.
Ready on the left of your screen. And you see Jack Carty wearing 22. Earns his 10th cap, ready to take the field. They're up 21-0 here. It's go time. Second half action at Kobe Masaki Stadium. The Russian Bears in red receive this. They trail 21-0. They keep the ball in hand nicely through Viktor Gresev. Now down the Stafford John alongside by Springbok legend Joel Stransky. Santiago Gomez Cora's sideline. We'll get to him in just a bit as Russia through Ramil Geisen go high to the air. Carty first touch from him, knocks it on. Picked up by the Russians. Ball is there, first knock coming through.
So that'll mean Johnny Sexton's made way. Jack Carty earning his 10th cap. Sexton looked to me as if he was going along nicely, but maybe nursing that leg a little bit. And of course Ireland will want him for the big games. One more try for the bonus points here, and that'll be about mission accomplished. I'd like to improve their points differential, but I'm not sure it's going to make a huge difference in the greater scheme of things. They beat Scotland by 20-odd points. It's a big difference they have there already.
3 tries so far, 1 from Rob Kearney, Peter O'Mahony and Rhys Ruddock.
Crush!
Russia, number 20 in the world. And the ball at the back. Birov to Geisen. Oh, a good little collect there as well. Zaplikovic. Scored tries in 4 consecutive tests on 2 separate occasions, did the winger. Russia still on the halfway line. They go to the right-hand side to the bruiser, Viktor Gresev. Player of the match in 2011 against Australia and Italy. 8 years later, he's still doing his stuff as the big number 8. And there he is again in frame. Referee Jerome Garces from France in charge of this one. Birov goes to Geisen. It's had a good game so far with the boot. No real pressure there on Ireland. Taken there by Kearney. Third player to score in 3 different World Cups behind O'Driscoll and Rory Best for Ireland. Now they come to the near side. Good ball momentum. Ringrose keeps it alive. Ireland looking to attack up the middle. Here they go. Jack Carty gets the ball away nicely. Ryan in support. It's a different looking Irish side here as they stretch from right to left. Still there. O'Mahony at scrum half. Looking at bus free. Over the halfway line for the Irish. Bundee gets the ball away on the outside. A couple of good little fancy footworks here as Stander takes it again to the line. Big bump on Anton Sichov. Carty Dummy. Man from Connacht. Oh, beautiful delayed ball. Here they come with Ringrose. Catch in the middle. Slung to the deck there. Garry Ringrose. Short ball. Scannell. Conway comes to help out. They flick it back in to Carty with a dummy. Jack Carty debut in February 2019 only. And how did that ball flick out? It stays with Tadhg Gadziev. Russia do well to prevent a certain try there from Ireland. Get off to his fly-off guys in the crossfield. Not going to go hard. It's going to come to the big hands of Bundee. Oh, he's dropped it. Just when I said he had big mitts, it went through it.
Oh, and such a dangerous kick into the open space. And Bundee couldn't carry it. If he had managed to grab hold of it, there would have been tons of space to attack as the yellow card is reversed and Bogdan Shadotko makes his way back on. Oh, there was a great tackle. Watch the Russian number 3. Kirill Kotovtsev gets across here somehow. Try-saving tackle from the big fella. And Ireland tried desperately to process that ball quickly to just keep the quick ball coming, and that is a brilliant little steal from the wingers. Hamlin Davidov, who has given daylight, got in there and won the ball for his team, and then, Bundee, you won't want to see that on Monday's replay.
Joel, let's go back to the socials for a second. Rugby World Cup Daily, you've got to check it out. Alma Schmidt, South African, has been touring around the country. Well, listen to this, one of the best things she had. She went to sideline commentator Rob Bickman and said, you have to use the word avocado in your post-match interview. Is Santi listening? Because that could be a tough one to bring in.
Yeah, well, maybe we must pick a word for Santi.
Yes, I'm Santi here. Hey, the Irish crowd is quiet. They're waiting for more points. Remember, Ireland need to win, get the bonus point, and score a lot of points, because it's a tough and it's an open pool, this one.
Yeah, definitely, Santi, 100% right. They need that 4th try, the bonus point try. And if they can increase their points differential, that'll help as well. Gutsy defense at the moment from Russia, though. They're tenacious and never say die.
Pirov goes to his life, who's under a lot of pressure. Good take again from fullback Rob Kearney, and from Leicester. Most test starts at fullback in history, overtook Mils Mualina for the All Blacks. 85 starters. Geisen does well. Good take. Pirov knocked on by Aki. Stay with Russia.
All a little disruptive to the Irish fluidity, one might say. There's no real rhythm and timing at the moment. Shown some good urgency at times. They've got some good quick ball. They just haven't managed to take advantage of the good quick ball they've created. Bundee on this occasion trying to get through there and make the steal. Just lost it as he got hands on it. He's onside. There's no ruck or breakdown. He's entitled to go forward and try and make the play.
Sorry?
Ramil Hassan has controlled this game pretty well for Russia. They've not really had quick ball and no opportunity to attack out wide. He's kept them in the game with some real educated kicking, some real good up and unders, a couple of nice cross kicks, a couple of good gathers too from Rob Kearney.
That's right, the Russians do kick a lot of possession away. 32 kicks per game in the Rugby World Cup so far this year. But some of those nicely contested. It is at the back of the Russian scrum with Gressev, and they get a penalty in from the side.
1 and 7.
Dave Kilcoyne and Peter O'Mahony, the guilty parties. Yeah, it just looked like some good rushing pressure, absorbed well by this almost all Munster Irish backer forwards, and then as that pressure came, it came all on the one side, and there was an intentional will. And Gasson with another good kick to the corner. Well, not quite the corner, but a good kick nonetheless. Just look out on that far side as Dave Kilcoyne, with a little bit of help from Peter O'Mahony. They just get a little re-establishment of power, and then they drive around the side, and it's just because of the fact that they've driven it around the corner, it's a little mini victory for the Russian packer forwards.
Tadhg, first throw on target. Russia. Lovely platform to attack from. Ball at the back there with Gardbazov. Ireland doing well to hold the momentum here from this Russian pack. Dmitry Perov will want to get this ball away. No hands from Standa, no. They forced it from the Russians.
It's a poor ball from Russia, isn't it? The body positions are poor, the setup is not well enough structured. Give credit where it's due. Ireland defended it well, but Russia, no real cohesive team effort to get the go forward. The take from the line was good. The initial setup was a little bit iffy, and it allowed the Irish forwards just to get in amongst the Russian pack, get hands on the ball and drive them backwards. Look at that, body positions upright, no real set, facing the wrong direction, no cross. Driven back, and then just when Ireland thought they might get a steal there, Russia shut the door.
Well, certainly tough for the Russians and Lynn Jones as well. Well, we want to welcome the International Space Station. They'll be tuning in later this week to watch an historic broadcast. Astronaut Luca Parmitano, special access to watch his country, Italy, play against South Africa from space tomorrow. Isn't that fantastic first?
That is amazing. Well, we won't be at that game. We'll certainly be watching it with a warm heart and a hopeful sentiment.
I'm sure a few Russians have a secret link as well. They're watching this game right now. Their side, third Rugby World Cup match this year. They only played in one before in 2011. Their closest game was a 7-point loss against the United States. Standa at the back. Carter flicks it away, and Ringrose goes on the outside. Kearney on the left boot of his. The stash is there.
Back.
Vasili Artemyev, the captain. So many Irish teammates he played with back in the day in Ireland, and his kick well inside the 22. Artemyev races back.
Well, it's great Russian defence. You may be thinking Kearney's kick was a decent one, and the kick return was a good one, but Russian were outnumbered. They shifted well, they forced Kearney into the kick, and then look at this for a beautiful kick from Vasili Artemyev. The bounce is good, but the strike was better, and he has chased Ireland all the way back to almost their try line.
He studied at Blackrock College in Ireland. Captains his country for a record 34th time tonight.
So it's another change for the Bears. On comes Andrei Ostrikov. A change for Ireland as well. Rob Kearney's going to make way. On comes Jordan Larmour.
Yeah, John Larmour. First time he scored was a hat-trick against Italy in November 2018. Inside 37 minutes. He'd be raring to go, the 22-year-old. Ireland with Tadhg Beirne joined the Scarlets in 2016, won the Pro 12 title in his first year there. Developed in the Leinster Academy. Ireland clear their lines with a box kick. Davidov tries to get this one. It comes off him towards his teammates. And Perov is there. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Good pick and drive there from Morozov. Now they look for Geisen. Geisen's boot. Mark is called.
I think there's a head-out clean-out. John Ryan, the man who may have taken one to the pip.
Jerome going to show you foul play, a dangerous clean out by Reed.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right around the head area. He is going down, John Ryan, but the onus is on the cleaning out players to make sure it's safe.
Okay, Skinny. What I saw on the big screen, so there is a contact with the head by the arm of the number 19 red. Is okay?
That is correct.
Yeah. He touched his head with his arm. So for me, it will be a yellow card against 19 red.
That is correct.
Okay, boys? Yeah. Okay. So there is a clear contact with the arm on the head. Yeah, it's very low. It's the reason why it's just a yellow card. Okay.
It was clearing out just around.
Yeah, but he touched the head.
He couldn't go any lower.
Yeah.
He couldn't go any lower.
Artemyev trying to fight for his teammate.
And you can understand his thinking. He couldn't go any lower. It was low, but the onus is on the clearing player to ensure the safety of the other player. And there is an arm to the head area, and it's the right decision.
Andrei Ostrikov, the 32-year-old, goes to the side. He's only just come on for his 36th appearance as the wave goes around the stadium here in Kobe. Down to 14 yet again, Russia for 10 minutes. Jack Carty puts his team right next to the 22.
Yeah, and the one thing I will say about the Mexican wave, it sometimes is a sign of frustration amongst the crowd and the fans. And I think this is an Irish contingent that are maybe wanting a little more from their team right now. 21-0, they were probably expecting a bigger score at the break.
Up 14 to nothing after 13 minutes. O'Mahony with a take. Named on the long list for European Player of the Year in 2019. Captain Munsters in 2013. They drive the maul. Scannell at the back, the crowd restless for this bonus point try from Ireland. McGrath turns it back in. Carty's there, but getting involved there was Davidov. Such a live wire. This right wing. Sevens for Russia as well. Guys under tremendous pressure. Has a crack himself. Oh, that one drifted forward to Artemyev.
We come back here. Red under pressure. Knock on first by 9 green. Scrum. Red.
Well, take a bow, the Russian defence.
Red under pressure.
Strong.
Knock on first by green. Scrum.
Strong green maul it was first from the Irish, and then they try to peel around the corner. The Russian defence stopping the maul and then stopping down the little move here. Judged to have been knocked on by the Irish. Gutsy. Davidov. Took about 5 Irish players to get him on the floor.
Well, you know, this Irish side, the Russian side focusing on second half performances where they don't just let off and let in tries. And so far, so good, even though they're playing the Sinbin. Big, powerful defenders.
Yeah, they were right there in at half-time in the opening game against Japan, and they were leading Samoa at half-time in their second game. Got smoked here in the first 14 minutes, and from there on pretty even, aside from the one try. Second half, they've equipped themselves really well at this Russian 15. They have a man in the sin, but now it's going to be testing for them again.
So the first one. So keep going.
Andrei Ostrikov just come on the field. The big burly second row, 1.98 metres to 116 kilograms. He'll have wanted that weight pushing in the scrum, not sitting on the naughty boy chair.
Comes in now, finally at the back it goes. Grasev. Still driving. The number 8. Dmitry Pierov shapes up for a box kick. Russia Sevens international as well.
Thank you.
Goes high. Contestable. Sits up.
knock on green, knock on red, scrum.
Well, that last scrum was just brilliant from the Russians. A man down. They just steadied themselves, took their time before Dmitry Perov put the ball into the scrum. Bought a little bit of time. As it was stable, it was in and out and gone. Channel 1, and well cleared at the base by Grasev.
I said, when the scrum is strong and stable, don't wait too much. Because after we move, yeah. So the reason why we must
Ireland still struggling here to get on the scoreboard. And here's a look at their scores earlier in the game. Some very well worked ones as well.
Yeah, set move right at the start here. Evgeny had numbers and options on the outside. Should maybe have passed, but chose to go alone. And then Sexton with a very clever, deft little kick through for Evgeny to score. And then the third try was all about the forward power, the strong leg drive from Rhys Ruddock.
But we also have super fan here, Vaksan, the global icon, painting his body green today for Ireland. He's been all over Japan. And hashtag Vaksan's back. Also hashtag RWC 2019 if you're online. Ireland still looking for their bonus point try against Russia. And there is Vaksan right there. Oh, yeah. He's my hero. There he is. Shoulder to shoulder, he stands tall. Oh, my goodness. This man. An international sensation. See if we can get his seat number. I need to get a selfie with him afterwards.
Oh, he's definitely trying to earn the hearts of the Irish supporters tonight, though, isn't he?
Also,
and rightly so.
And the great thing, too, when he packs up, when he goes around the country, he just has 3 pairs of shorts. Doesn't need any shirts as he goes. Vaksan, we love you. Russia with Geisen. Goes to his winger. Clever kick. So Plikovic tries to get this one. Comes down to Jordan Larmour. Ireland take possession. Oh, no, look, little pass there from O'Mani.
Advantage for the knock-on,
Just a knock-on advantage. Oh, good step. Carty goes up the middle. The breakout there from Jack Carty, the 27-year-old. Advantage was over, so Russia get a penalty, and they're delighted about that. And why not?
Tadhg, Gadziev.
First man, strong on his feet.
Really strong on his feet. Wrapped his arms around Carty. Nice little half break from the Irish fly-off. Came on at half-time, replacing Johnny Sexton. Got a little dart here. Maybe got away from the support players. No offload. Clear daylight. Great example of how to win a penalty here from the Russian flyer, Tadhg Gadziev. And it's going to be a shot at goal. Russia are going to try to get some points on the board here. Understandably so. You don't want to be nulled.
You certainly don't. And this man, Ramil Geisen, has kicked superbly.
Yeah, we saw poor old Samoa getting nulled by Scotland a couple nights ago. Never nice to put all that work in, all that endeavour, and come away with absolutely nothing. So clearly understand the thought process here.
Geisen kicked 7 for 7 in the win against the Argentine 15 earlier this year in Montevideo. His first attempt at the Kobe Misaki Stadium, and Ramil Geisen's kick goes to the left-hand side. Larmour picks it up.
Good strike, certainly had the distance. Maybe just a little pull trying to ensure he had the distance.
1, 2, 3.
Irish front row changes. Off go. Dave Kilcoyne, Niall, Scannell and John Ryan. They've all worked really hard this evening. On come Sean Cronin, Andrew Porter and Tadhg Furlong.
The engine room replaced as the drop kick comes down to Artemyev. He returns the favour. Artemyev chases. Oh, and he gets a hand to it. Beirne is there, though, for Ireland. He gets tackled. The ball lost. It stays with Russia. Grasev has it. And now they work with Anton Sichov. Debut against Zimbabwe and Hong Kong in 2015. Come back to the first knock.
Well, it is a little hot and humid in here, and maybe a little bit of slippery condition on that ball at the moment. It's been lost a couple of times. Rhys Ruddock, try scorer in the first half. 12 tackles he's made. Tough old evening for him. 6 carries, 24 metres. No missed tackles. Great stat there for the big flanker. Just looking through the stats, the most carries out of that whole Irish team. In fact, not the most carries, but one of the better yardages.
A player in the sin bin, that's why there's one less forward for Russia.
Great camera angle. Straight above the scrum. If Russia do manage to get it right again, they'll go channel one ball in and out quickly, move it away from the contact situation, move it away from where they are likely to be under pressure. Just 1 minute and 41 seconds left for Andrei in the sin bin, and Ireland have not managed to control the ball well enough at all, and certainly not come remotely close to scoring. I think Joe Schmidt will be starting to worry now about that bonus point. Seems a long way off right now. One try can happen very quickly, but the Russian defence has been strong.
We certainly have the Russian Bears as they look to turn it back to Geisen. Charge down. Aki's there, knocks it on. Tadhg has advantage. Davidoff can't get through Ringrose.
Relax. Whoa. Relax, guys.
Vladimir Ostroushko and Bundee getting to know each other a little bit better. Pressure coming on the kicker. Ireland just trying to get their mitts on that ball now, not able to gather it after they've been charged down. So another change for the Irish. On comes in Henderson, earning his 51st cap. Kleyn next way.
Yeah. Henderson, one of those players, hasn't missed a tackle yet in Rugby World Cup 2019. 21 out of 21.
Strong, stable, really good. Keep your elbow up. Time on.
Don't forget, Ireland have to play Samoa. That's October 12th in Fukuoka Stadium. To have lost to Samoa before, it was a long time ago in 96, but they lost 40-25. We know if anything can happen, it's this World Cup.
Yeah, we've seen it, haven't we?
The Irish have seen it particularly too.
They have been burned by it.
It's the men in green, first the Springboks, then the Irish that Japan have foiled.
Japan still have to play Scotland again. We believe they've targeted.
20 minutes to go, still 21-0. Russia have it. Guresev.
No, leave it.
Russia send in support runners. Gadziev and Davidoff is in there. Got to release him. Pirov under a bit of pressure. Guresev again. Morozov plays the Saddle Sharks in Premiership Rugby. Geisen again. Huge pressure on him. His kick has been knocked back in. Great skill there from Denis Simplikovic. Ireland now haven't had the ball in a long time as Iain Henderson gets the first touch. Finger and thumb injuries last year. Hamstring as well in 2017 and 2018. The try scorer from the first half, Ruddock. Andrew Porter debuted against the United States in 2017. He can only squat 350 kilograms, equivalent of 4 Luke McGraths. They chip over the top. Great skill. The bounce sits up perfectly. Back on the inside and the outside. Conway is away! They'll be celebrating that try in one of the 8 million Irish pubs around the world. It's Earls at Conway.
Well, there's been space in behind the Russian defence on a number of occasions tonight already. We saw Sexton's little grabber in the first half. The clever little chip over the top this time from Jack Carty. Conway was there. He's come off his wing to maybe make the call. Chased up well. And he's got so much pace, so much to burn. No one was going to catch him. It's smart, it's clever, and it's well executed from Ireland. Finally the bonus point is in the bag. Joe Schmidt and all these Irish fans can breathe a little sigh of relief.
Stunning skill from the Irish. Conversion should be a formality for Jack Carty. Tremendous skill from the wingers following up. And he turns, it's 28-0. The all-important fourth try scored in minute 62. And Andrew Conway gets it done.
Yeah, it's a clever little kick. It's a great little kick. Irish supporters running through there to try and get their hands on the ball. There was loads of space. As soon as he gathered, in for the try.
That's how much it means to the fans and to Joe Schmidt, head coach. He'll be departing after Rugby World Cup.
It's an amazing statistic for around since when Joe Schmidt announced he'd be leaving, how many games Ireland have not won.
Well, they won 18 out of 19 games, you're right, and then since he mentioned it, they've only won 7 of 11. Crazy statistic as Aki steps off the right. Bundee Aki's had a quiet game by his high standards. Won the Super Rugby title with the Chiefs in 2013. Ruddock. Another little kick over the top. This one bounces out on the full.
Oh, Conway was chasing again. The idea was good. I think it was meant to be a little kick pass more than an exit kick.
That is Joe Schmidt. Shouldn't have said he was going.
Yep, I think you're right. I think that stat runs true for a number of coaches who've said they're going mid-season or before they actually do go. For some reason, it just takes the wind out of the sail of the team they coach. It certainly has for Ireland.
Stanislav. Salski goes to the front. Good reserve. Good ball to Pirov. Geisen gets a loop around. A little kick through from Artemyev. Is not the one he wanted. He goes to Keith Earls, who broke right in just because Irish record for most tries in the World Cup, the 2015 event, with 8. He's in to play with. Conway has been fantastic tonight. And another chip over the top. This time Conway's impeded with. So Pirov following up beautifully. It's Russia. Oh, Simplikovic drops it. Pirov in to clean up.
Well, do you think Irish have realised there's a bit of space behind the defensive line? It's another little kick over the top.
Just have a look.
May have been a block.
We have a look. But for me, it was a 50-50. You know what I mean?
50-50. We're going to go upstairs and have a look. That was the Irish starting lineup. Those are the changes. Most importantly, Sexton made way at the half-time break. Rob Kearney made way shortly after. Two of the playmakers.
It's not clear, 50-50.
Charlie mentioned the Irish coach, Joe Schmidt. Fantastic stat he has coaching the Irish side. He's reigned first one on South African soil, and the first one over New Zealand, both in 2016, a series win over Australia in 2018. Of course, coming into this, they were number 1. He does want to finish this tournament, obviously, as best they can. But phenomenal for this Irish side.
It's amazing, though, Ireland, and I say this, it's almost as if they peak between World Cups. They do reach their highest pinnacle in those years between World Cups. They get to World Cups, and I'm by no means slagging any players off or anything, but a guy like Johnny Sexton's now 34 years old. 2-3 years ago, 31, 32. You know, I'm not saying he's playing bad here, he's doing anything wrong, but he's suffering from a number of injuries. He's not quite the player he was as a result 2 years ago. And it's just a shame for Ireland that the timing has sucked for them between, the last few World Cups.
That would explain their quarter-final exit in 7 of the 8 World Cups.
What Ireland do have is the ball right now. A little blind side to work with, big line up to the left. Scrum time, that dominated the scrums in the second half.
Sit.
13 minutes to go in this Pool A clash. 4 tries to nothing for Ireland. CJ Stander has it at the back. McGrath breaks around. Ruddock now. Ireland started the second half superbly. It took a long time. Minute 62 to get on the board next. Carty. Get the short one to Sean Cronin. Come back for the penalty for Ireland. This maybe will get them in enemy territory.
It's just a little predictable from Ireland at the moment, isn't it? It's one pass and a hit, maybe a second pass. There's not always enough deception, not enough dummy runners, no real space created by those dummy runners, and as a result the Russian defence is able to just number up and make the tackles. And a little wall of defenders is just shutting down that Irish attack. Just confirmation of some of those changes. The whole front row. Henderson is on in the second row. Stander came on for the injured Jordi Murphy after just 26 minutes. And then Carty and Larmour on for Sexton and Kearney respectively.
Cronin goes to the middle of the line out. Cronin's wife Claire plays Camoji for Limerick in a breakthrough here. Nice little one. Stander. CJ Stander runs over one. Stander the wrecking ball. Back to Cronin. Ireland will Stander one more time. He's left the ball behind. So close. Russia come flooding through. Ball was up. Quick hands. Conway yet again. Spilt that one. Hit off. Boots us downfield. Reaching for the line was Iain Henderson.
Desperate Russian defence, brilliant scramble Russian defence. But boy, Ireland, when they do get going and they show a bit of excitement, it's very hard to stop them. Stander with a powerful run. He had support players outside him. Again, it was that little inside pass that unlocked the Russian defence. Boy, you don't want to be tackling this fella too many times. Gets a low shoulder, powerful leg drive, and over the top he goes. Henderson was stretching and lost it in the tackle.
Just slipped up there like an avocado quip. There's the...
Oh, you're back on the avos. You're back on the avos.
I thought I'd get it in. I thought I'd sneak it in. Exactly. Elmer Schmidt take that on the social media.
So a number of changes to the Russian starting lineup as well. Ushko coming on for the injured Golesnitsky. And that happened in about the 14th minute. Actually, it was round about when O'Mahony got over for his try. And then changes galore in the top half. All of them off and swapped and changed, including the blindside flanker Anton Suchev.
So it's a clear knock-on by me. It's a clear knock-on by me.
Crowd attendance 26,086 here at Kobe Masaki Closed Dome Stadium. Raining outside earlier, but doesn't matter. With just over 10 minutes to go in this game. 4 converted tries for Ireland. 1 from Rob Kearney, Peter O'Mahony, Rhys Ruddock and Andrew Conway. They only try in the second half. 2 yellows for the Russians. But despite that, they've certainly got stuck in on the defensive side.
Sit.
McGrath comes in. It's another penalty at scrum time against Ireland. Russia, they qualified as group winners after Belgium, Spain and Romania were all deducted points for fielding ineligible players. So they're honoured to be here taking part in their second event ever on the big stage.
11.
Sergei Yanushkin makes his way on. 32-year-old making his test debut. and it is the big number 11, Denis Sinkovic, the 100-kilogram man who's made way.
Throughout the third Russian to be captain of the Rugby World Cup. Yanushka, we've seen him on the Sevens World Series. His older brother, Alexander, played a Rugby World Cup 2011. He's now the head coach at Lokomotiv Penza.
Green on the gun!
Where he coaches his brother, Sergei.
Keep it in the family. Ireland. Conway. Wide ball. Ruddock. Bit of space to Rhys. Ruddock. Midfield. Look at Ruddock go. Aki.
Oh, yeah, but
Stander. Two players bring him down. Carty, short ball. Larmour. Just outside the 22 are Ireland. Porter. Chance in back play as Ireland go through. Henderson. Russia picked us. Numbers on the right-hand side. Stunning stuff. It's not their wing. It's Gadzier. Gadzier almost into the touchline. Artemyev kicks it. He collapses on the ground. There are no chasers. Ball sits up for Ireland, but they're all the way back in their 22. As they hoof this one into the crowd.
Wow, such a shame for Ireland. A couple of real strong runs, bollocking runs. Rhys Ruddock showing his strength and power. He's had a good evening. Nice little steal as well. Mahoney with the steal at the line-out time, and then the big fella got going again. He's shown a real strong leg drive when he got over for his try. This time round it's taken two Russian defenders to get him to ground, process the ball quickly, but once again Ireland with a bit of quick ball, not able to really take advantage of the situation they created.
To the tail this time. Better ball for Russia. Ramon Khoden. They've lost it though. The men in green, Pale. Stander. Spins to the ground. His wife, Jean-Marie, swam internationally for South Africa. And it's Peter O'Mani, captain Ireland at the under-20s in Japan many years ago. Aki gets back on his feet, then plays the ball. Carty, Ringrose, moving it down to that far side. Sean Cronin. Henderson. Ireland trying to create a bit of space as Ruddock goes to the line again. He gets up the advantage line. Jack Carty spins. Dangerous player since coming onto the field. Earls goes wide to Conway off a Russian boot.
Well, Ireland going through 8 phases, using the width of the field a little bit better, but still not making any real forward progress. No real rhythm to their play, and when we get a moment, I want to bring Santi in there and ask him about this backline play and whether it's not quite working for this Irish team.
Ireland go wide early. Ringrose. They bring him down nicely. They're around the 10-metre mark. Ruddock is there. Plays scrum half. McGrath was the first receiver. Good little loop around. Aki in play. That's better stuff. Conway. Miracle ball back on the inside. O'Mani. Very flat ball. Henderson. Ireland trying to engage the Russian defenders. They've knocked it on.
Just check. It's fine.
Little Irish knock-on once again. Miracle ball from Andrew Conway. But no space created. And Santiago, this Irish backline, they just don't seem to be able to, get that ball into space with a bit of speed on it.
Yes, Ireland don't take any risk. They kick always in his own territory, then they try to control the ball, and that's it. They kick a lot of balls and they lost a lot of possession. So maybe that's why they didn't score a lot of points or tries.
Yeah, and they have kept it in hand. It's proved to be a little easy to defend against, as the Russians have shown. 2 tries for Ireland while there were men in the sin bin. Add to that the opening try, which came almost before Russia had settled from a set move. It could be 7-0.
Yes, as we talked before the match, it's a very hard team, Russia. They complicate all the matches that they played, and they did it now more than one half. So it's a very good team with a strong defense.
Yeah, that's right, Santi. 26,856 people in attendance tonight. And you got to feel probably 70% Irish fans, 30% Russian fans, but 100% rugby fans enjoying the display. 4 converted tries, and we'll see if one of these sides can finish off with at least one more before going home tonight.
Crouch. Bye. Set.
Russia scored a try in the opening game. The first try, in fact, it was. 4.5 minutes gone. Haven't scored a 5-pointer since. Geisen drives Ireland back. Andrew Conway watches this one and dots it down. Aki, great little skill from Carty with a quick decision to drop it out. Ireland, Larmour boots one, gets the fend going, and the ball on the outside of Earls. Back inside to Larmour. Ringrose. It's a bullet train, and Garry Ringrose, and Ireland win.
Well, a little bit of icing on the cake. It's not been the best Irish cake you've seen, but a little bit of icing always helps. It's a try right here with 4 minutes or so to go. Garry Ringrose, who we've hardly spoken about tonight. The ball just hasn't gone to him. Good little dummy, good handoff, good timing of the pass. Earls knocks it back inside. And finally, the pass is stick. The passing is slick. And Ireland have that 5th and all-important try. Not as important as the 4th, but points differential going. Beautiful little handoff.
Certainly a crowd favourite. Support runners, just 5 green jerseys in support. One of them named Garry Ringrose, and he scores try number 8 for Ireland. And that's what they've come to see. The men in green score some fabulous tries. They're up 55-0. 3 minutes to go in this Pool A clash. Geisen kicks it to Earls. Davidov brings him down. Good man, Davidov. And a good game with limited opportunities. As Cronin goes low. His famous hurling relative to John and Mickey Mackey. The kick over the top, that's where the space is. Aki's there. Bundee Aki gets it to Henderson. Ireland using the little kick over the top from Jack Carty to wonderful effect. And again, there he goes. This time a bit deeper. Pieroff, isolated. Finally, some Russian defenders come to help out. Ball there from Ostrushko. Russia just outside their 22. Put their forwards to work. Foden is there to help out. Pieroff. Straight to Andrew Conway. Counter-attack. Carty slips. Ringrose. Quick hands to Larmour. Larmour puts the kick through. Oh, and then knocks it with his head. Is it play on? Ringrose has it. He looks around. Garry Ringrose. Well, some footballing skills off the head. Ringrose could have a double. We're going to have a look to double check. Jerome Garces goes upstairs.
I think the first of all, the player touched the ball with the head.
There is a clear knock-on by 13 green.
Clear knock-on?
Clear knock-on 13 green.
No try.
Ben Skeen, the TMO says clear knock on from Garry Ringrose. Oh yeah, there it is. Lazar was trying to pick it up, didn't matter about the head, but the little header, you might say.
Good Skinny.
Well, 79 minutes in, time to announce our MasterCard player of the match. It's been a tough old battle. The Russian defence has been resolute. The Irish backs have not had too much opportunity until the last few minutes, but that man there, Rhys Ruddock, has made a huge number of tackles tonight, 14 in total, 11 carries for 48 metres, and of course a couple of good breaks, but most importantly the try. He's had a big evening, the Irish number 6 forward from Leinster, our MasterCard player of the match.
Wonderful player. And his father Mike coached Wales 2004 to 2006, won the Grand Slam in 2005. Russia, final possession for them. Beirne. Oh, they spilled that one free. McGrath gets it away. Conway can't handle. He's knocked this one on.
No one can handle. Peter O'Mahony tried to grab it by the handle on the ball, actually. Couldn't get it either. Well, it's been forward battle, bruising. The Russian defence has been strong. There's a great little rip out there. And Luke McGrath, who's played all 80 minutes, not able to hang on to that. Tadhg Beirne's also had a tough all evening. I think Joe Schmidt will be relatively happy. 35 points to 0, bonus point victory.
There'll certainly be passages of play he'll want to work on, as you said. Unlocking the Russian defence was key. A couple of times, but laboured at times as well. But Rhys Ruddock, excellent performance.
Great break up the middle, didn't he, as well? Super run, charge, setting up one or two of the Irish attacks. It's been a hard evening for the forwards. The Lucy's in particular have had to make a lot of tackles. It's been a tight battle around the fringes, lots of pick and goes, lots of one-off passes. It's been bruising defence from the men in red, the Russians, who've certainly played their part in this game.
They really have, the Russian Bears. They'll reset this scrum. Two yellow cards by Russia as well. A group of tackles in this contest. And they have the oldest squad at Rugby World Cup 2019.
I think Wyn Jones will be quite happy. This is by no means their strongest starting lineup. A number of changes tonight coming into the game. 9 changes, 1 positional switch. It's a disrupted lineup. They've defended like Trojans.
Grasser handles it back. Beirne goes to Geisen. He's been stunning off the boot. Earls, what a great take from the winger. Stander is there. CJ Stander goes in against Jordi. Carty. Ringrose thought about a kick. Cuts back to this side. Ostraushka is there. They've forced a knock on as well. And that's full time in this clash. And it's Ireland win their second Pool A clash at Rugby World Cup 2019. They beat Russia 35-0 here at Kobe Misaki Stadium. Russia, they will play their final match against Scotland in 6 days' time. And Ireland, one last pool fixture against Samoa. 4 tries, a bonus point victory. And for the most part, healthy bodies.
Yeah, and I think mission accomplished. Johnny Sexton got a good 40 minutes. Didn't look quite 100%, maybe still carrying that quadricep injury to some extent. Whipped off at half-time. Carty came on and made an impact, to be quite fair. He was pretty decent in the second half. There were some good, strong performances in that Irish pack of forwards. They had to work their socks off this evening against a resolute Russian side. In particular, Rhys Ruddock carried to the plum, made a lot of tackles and scored one of the Irish tries. A couple of good breaks as well from the burly flanker. Thought Peter O'Mahony was decent as well. The 2 locks worked hard. And the midfield never really got too much space or opportunity. Ringrose got a try and maybe should have had one more later in the game. Johnny Sexton is shaking hands out there. It is mission accomplished for the Irish. Bonus points, 35 points to 0. They'll be relatively happy. I think they'll be disappointed that they didn't create more opportunities and they weren't able to clinically execute when they did. For Russia, on the other hand, it was a team with 9.5 changes, 9 and 1 positional switch, gutsy defensive effort, worked their socks off. I thought Ramil Gazin had a real good game with a boot, not too much attacking prowess on this Russian side, but what he did is kept on chasing the Irish back, kept on kicking good up and unders where Russia contested the aerial battle. And, well, they didn't look like scoring, but they certainly put up a feisty effort.
And there's Johnny Sexton in picture. 86th cap today. And applause from the Irish side for Russia. They put in tremendous performance by their standards as well. They've defended as best they could and really stopped the Irish on several occasions. Great respect shown from these two quality sides.
That is the game of rugby union, though, isn't it? It's about going to war, shaking hands afterwards and respecting each other.
I know you can keep with some moments of the match.
A magnificent die-hard attitude from our boys. And we came second best, but we're not broken after this game. Thank you very much for support, and thank you for all the boys for the heroic effort tonight. Thank you.
You want to say something to your crowd in your own language?
Всем спасибо огромное за вашу поддержку. У нас еще одна игра здесь, и мы играем для вас. Спасибо.
Thank you, all the best.
Thank you.
He's one of the great characters, isn't he? Just absolutely gotta love Vasili Artemyev.
And you've got to love the fact that at the end he had like a little Japanese bow, which I think it's just coming as like a natural to all of us who've been in Japan for a few weeks now. Lovely to see.
Congratulations, you did your job, you won, and you get the bonus point.
Yeah, we're delighted to get a good win, get back on the horse after last week, and to pick up the bonus point was exactly what we were looking for tonight, and pleased to keep them to 0. I think they were very, very well organised team, and they made life difficult for us at times.
You want to say something to your crowd here?
I don't know if I have to say much. It's just incredible the support we get at every World Cup, at every tournament, and it's unbelievable. I can't believe how many Irish people are here today.
How do you feel the game against a hard team of Russia?
Yeah, look, the conditions were very difficult. The ball was very slippy, so very pleased to get the 5 points. Lots to work on, and yeah, on to Samoa now. Big game for us to finish off the pool.
All the best in this open pool.
Thank you very much.
The winning captain Johnny Sexton there as the fans, most of them Irish, but supporting both sides here today. It's the bow you mentioned, Joel, from Russia. And now Ireland get a chance to thank their fans.
Well, it may be 35 points to 0, but it was a gallant effort from Russia, and the fans realise that they're applauding that Russian team. They're gutsy and courageous. Their hearts were on their sleeve, and it was a super effort.
Staying with of this match.
Oh, look, we're absolutely delighted with our performance. Today we came here to make it really hard for Ireland to score the 4 tries, and I'm just so proud of our players. They absolutely gave everything. We were organised, our tactics worked well. Unfortunately, we didn't score any points, which was something, but you know, our Russian players gave everything they had, and they were shattered at the end, and that's all you can ask.
You talk about your defense. What do you think about your defense? Was awesome the 3 matches.
Look, we've adjusted our defence for the Irish attack, and lots of it went well, and they kicked the ball behind us to gain the yards. But you know what? The sign of a good team is attitude in your defence, and our players stood up today, came, and we knocked the Irish boys back. And you know what? We played for 60 minutes there without conceding a try, and you know, for the supporter who doesn't appreciate rugby, well, that's quite an achievement for us, I can tell you. So I'm absolutely delighted. It's a big day for Russian rugby, and we came through with 5 stars.
Russia is a hard team for everybody. Russia is a hard team for everybody. We talked before the match of this. This time we did it more than one half. You did it 60, 70 minutes.
That's right, yeah. Look, we're a tough bunch of boys, and the players are disappointed to concede 2 yellows. But you know what? We came off the line and we hit the Irish boys hard, caused them problems. And it's looking for the future. It's, you know, that we can do it. Russian boys can do it.
Well done, all the best.
Thank you. Good luck to Ireland as well in the quarters.
Words there from the Russian head coach, former Welsh international Lynn Jones.
Do you need this win to take confidence?
Yeah, we need the win to take confidence. We need the performance to take confidence. And we need the support we got tonight to take confidence. We had fantastic support. It's still rippling around the stadium, and it really does lift players.
What did you like most about your team?
I like the way we controlled the game. Very tough conditions out there, so we're maybe a little bit loose with the ball sometimes. And I think in those greasy conditions and that high humidity, we knew there had already been 65 handling errors in the 2 games previously. I don't know, we maybe try to make 65 ourselves.
Your next challenge is Samoa.
Yeah, and Samoa will be tough. You know, I've spent time, a fair bit of time in Samoa myself, and I know how humid it is there. So these conditions are a little bit more acclimatised too than we are.
Good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thanks, Santiago.
Yeah, he looks happy enough, Joe Schmidt, and I think rightly so. You know, the one thing we don't always take into account, because we've been sitting in the stadium 4 or 5 times already, is the humidity and how slippery that ball gets and how tough the conditions are to handle. And there were 28 handling errors tonight, 11 from Russia and 17 from Ireland, who had more of the ball, and you'd understand that, but still, it's a 5-0 win.
Congratulations, you did 14 tackles, 11 careers and 1 try. Well done.
Thank you very much. No, it was a very tough game. The conditions were tough and they really put it up to us physically, so delighted to get a performance like that and a win.
What do you think was the best of your team?
I think the commitment, the energy, obviously we didn't let them score any points, which is very pleasing. We tried to play for the 80 minutes. Obviously there was a lot of mistakes which we can clear up on, but the commitment was top class today.
You are the MasterCard player of the match. How proud do you feel?
Yeah, unbelievable. Special feeling, especially in front of all these fans who make a lot of noise as always, so special feeling.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, Rhys Ruddock thoroughly deserved it. He made a number of tackles, was strong around the breakdown on the carries, and just looking through those stats there, well, not a whole lot of difference really. I've touched on the handling errors, but when you see the number of tackles that Russia had to make, 182, they missed 21. Ireland only made 95, that's about half. They made 153 carries for 4 times the distance. It was controlled possession from Ireland. Territorially, Hassan kept Russia in the game, which is why it ended 50-50. Ireland had more ball but couldn't capitalise.
Again, treated to wonderful display here.
I'll say couldn't capitalise. They did score 5 tries, but the Russians would be really happy with the way they defended, how they shut down that Irish attack. A couple of set moves, a couple of little chips over the top. Not the Ireland we're accustomed to seeing, not the polished article, but maybe the conditions have played a major role in the way they've approached this game.
2 wins and 1 loss so far for Ireland in this pool A. Big one still to come for each team in this pool. Match 22 of the 2019 Rugby World Cup saw Ireland meet Russia in Pool A at Kobe Misaki Stadium in central Japan. Ireland needing a big victory here to get their World Cup back on track after losing against Japan, and Russia will be hoping for a brave performance in this one. It was the Irish that started right on attack, their forwards piling in everything, and then a lovely little interplay here between the halfbacks, and it was fullback Rob Kearney that put these head down. First 5 after a minute 30.
Yeah, great little dummy run from Luke McGrath, just teed it up, and then Ireland were on the charge again. good strong carry. It was all about the forward dominance, all about the pick and goes, until Sexton realised there was a bit of space in behind. The grubber was perfect. The chase from Peter O'Mahony was brilliant. And Ireland were in for number 2.
Russia defended superbly for the next 20 minutes or so. The forwards with CJ Stander on the field got back to work for Ireland. As they closed out the first half, it was Rhys Ruddock who would be a player of the game that scored try number 3, up 21-0 at the break.
It had all been about the forwards until this moment, and all of a sudden Ireland unleashed. Little kick up the middle. Great regather from Keith Earls, and then the pop pass to his wing partner, Andrew Conway, who had too much gas to get in for that Russian defence. Bonus point for Ireland.
Russia had given away 2 yellow cards, and then Ringrose would come into play a little later. Larmour off the bench. Earls was superb. Support runners aplenty. And here is Garry Ringrose. He got try number 5 for his country. And they would end victorious, 35-0. And head coach Joe Schmidt, despite some errors in that game, will be happy with his side's performance. Victorious in their 3rd match here in Japan. Taking a look at the pool standings, and with that victory, Ireland push up in first place. Remember, they played a match, and so 11 points they are. Japan 9, a big one to come in this round, of course. At Scotland, Samoa, and Russia yet to get a victory yet. And Pool A looking green so far.
Well, it was a polished performance from Carney. A little awkward moment for him here in the first half as he had to gather a number of those kicks from Ramil Gayson. And while he was under pressure every single time, did well to evade a number of tackles. Made sure he processed the ball quickly. Scored a try of his own. Had numbers to burn on the outside here. Didn't need them. Ran away from the Russian defender, Denis Simplikovic. And for the Russians, Vasili Artemyev, the captain, he too had a pretty decent game. No real attacking opportunities, but in these humid conditions, always going to be the fullbacks who've got to gather and make sure that they catch the ball cleanly and dominate space with some good kicks. Artemyev did that and chased the Irish back, as did his 12 partner, Ramil Gayson. Head-to-head, the 2 fullbacks look like this. Kearney making a few metres more from a couple of carries more. Didn't have to make too many tackles. Artemyev made 4 pretty polished performances from 2 fullbacks in rather humid and difficult conditions.
Following this, Ireland will take on Samoa in Fukuoka Stadium. Their fans will travel down the 12th of October. It'll be a very physical Samoan outfit. They've had some ups and downs in this tournament as well. Russia will play Scotland on October 9th, Shizuoka Stadium, where miracles can happen. Always time for some selfies with this great crowd that are here to carry their sides home.
Oh, the atmosphere has been wonderful, hasn't it? Huge contingent of Irish travelling fans, some of them still lingering around. A couple of Russian fans as well. Most importantly, though, it's Japan who've embraced this tournament sensationally well. They've come out in their droves, supporting more often than not the underdogs. Today they had an affiliation with the Irish for some reason, and maybe because the Irish fans are as vocal, as loud and as well behaved as the Japanese fans, loving the game of rugby union.
And Baksan was back as well, supporting the Irish side. Wonderful scenes here in Kobe. Coming up, South Africa, the Springboks will take on Italy in Pool B here on Friday. Local time 6:45. Big one in the pool for both those two sides, as top two will play in the quarterfinals.
Knockout game, isn't it? New Zealand seem to be dominating that pool. Whoever wins this one goes through.
And don't forget, Italy have beaten South Africa in recent times. We see the green stadium here in Kobe. Well, that is a different colour green as well, and of course the Russian supporters as well. Again, you mentioned the stunning scenes here. It really has been one of the World Cups to remember. A lot of people are still to come for the knockout rounds, and again, they will not be disappointed.
No, it's just going to get bigger and bigger. That round of quarterfinals is going to be absolutely sensational. But don't forget, we still have some massive pool games to come. We've seen South Africa will be playing Italy knockout game. A couple of other ones. England play Argentina in a war, evidently, on the weekend. And, of course, Scotland have to play Japan still. So just a few to look forward to out of an array of fantastic games.
You won't be getting any sleep over the next month or so.
I don't think the Irish fans will be getting any sleep either. They have come to party, and they will certainly make sure they enjoy the evenings, the time here in Japan. Great travelling fans.
Of course, we've got to look out for that Guinness World Record trying to be set by a South African, going to 36 of the 48 games, spending 500,000 rand.
Yeah, he is one passionate rugby supporter. Mind you, we're in Japan. Japan have embraced this Rugby World Cup. There are hundreds of thousands, millions of loyal rugby fans here who have made their way to the games and who are turning this World Cup 2019 into one of the most special of all times.
Well, konnichiwa for watching. We'll see you soon. Kobe Masaki, 35-0. It's Ireland that beat Russia.